Let's put our arms out so we got at least that much width amongst us, and then front and back. Great, perfect. So today I just added the technology in that I need to take a picture every now and then so that I can promote these type of classes. And there's a video kind of off to the side there too. So in the future, I don't know if anybody has gone to the site that I have, but I have about 70 videos, probably more than that, of different classes that I've done. Some of them are pay and subscription on it, but there's a lot of them that are just like these classes for you to watch. And if you want to remember like what we did, go on there and watch it on your TV or on your phone. If you want to waste a lot of your data, you can do it then. See, it'll just automatically go on its own. So better than having someone have to step out of the class and go do it. So. But that's the idea. I have about 10 classes on there already for Parkinson's patients that I teach sometimes. And it's the same type of exercises that we do. It's just a little different pace that we might do it at. So like I've told everybody in the past, when you've been coming, do what you feel comfortable with. Just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that you have to do it or feel like you can try to do it if you can, but don't overextend yourself. So let's get started. Don't need to keep talking as much this time. We've been doing these things for a few weeks now. So I have my feet about shoulder width apart, my knees slightly bent. I'm going to raise my arms up to make a Valentine heart shape. I get to the bottom of that point. I'm in front of my own heart. I'm going to push down. So the reason for doing this is to open up your lungs, expand your chest, take in a deep breath, push the breath out. So I'm going to inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth. Chin up a little on the inhale, chin drops a little on the exhale. The reason for that is to open up the airway. Like when you perform CPR, you have to tilt the head upwards. Someone's laying flat. So it's to open the airway more and breathe out. Now I'm working my way from my top of my body all the way down. So the next thing is to relax the eyes. Let your vision go blurry. Just focus on your body. Next thing is the tongue goes up. And I inhale. Tongue goes down as I exhale. So now my arms and shoulders relax. You'll see me oftentimes do that little sway back and forth. Anybody know what a pachinko pinball machine is? You know what a pinball machine is? You hit the flippers, the ball eventually is going to go to the bottom and kind of like go down the drain. A pachinko machine sits up, and it's kind of got the same idea where the balls go down eventually to the bottom. You try to keep them from going down. So I picture in my thought a lot of different images of what I'm doing with this. So to go back and forth with that little sway, I'm really trying to bring my weight down to my heels as I'm doing that. Even though you see my arms and my shoulders move, it's kind of a progression all the way down to my heels, where the weight should end up. So just a reminder, as you see me doing that throughout, it's not that I've got an itch or something. I'm putting a conscious effort to do that to help relax, settle the body. All right, so let's try a couple more times. Inhale, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So now I'm down to my midsection. I want to pull my stomach muscles back when I push the breath down and out, and then relax the stomach when I breathe in. And breathe out. It goes off once a minute, so breathe in, and breathe out. So if my knees are slightly bent, that allows me to rotate my tailbone just a little bit tucked under and forward as my knees are bent. So I got my feet shoulder width, knees bent, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in, squeeze the stomach, and breathe out. So now it's like I have a ball in between my knees, and I'm just trying to hold it up. I'm not trying to squeeze it in, I'm just trying to hold it. So just a little bit of tension going in towards the center. Breathe in, and breathe out. So after we've been doing this maybe 5 or 10 times, it should start feeling like a wave from the top of your body, working your way down, all the way to your heels. Then I lift my toes so as to be able to, kind of tap my feet. And if I can lift my toes, that means most of the weight's on my heels, so I'm going to squeeze my toes into my shoes. So even though we're in this position here and it doesn't seem like we're doing much, should feel like you're stable. If a big gust of wind came in the room right now, it shouldn't be like you would just fall over. It should be more like I'm anchored. My center of gravity is low, the weight's in my heels. So let's try 3 more. Deep. And a little bit slower. Let the wave go from the top of your body all the way down. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. So with each breath, we're more relaxed, more comfortable. And breathe in. And breathe out. Great. So now we can go on to the next thing. So is anybody new for the first time today? You're here for the first time. Anybody else? So now's the easy part. If you've come, you can kind of see what the pace is and what I'm doing. I'm not going to all of a sudden get stones and start throwing them at you because you're not, doing the exercise right. I don't jump around the room. I won't jump around the room adjusting you either. I do pretty much everything. I'm just going to stay in the front here. So those of you who've been coming, you kind of know what to expect. It's just a different set of exercises, different explanation maybe with something that we're doing. So let's go on to the next thing, which is to go a little bit wider. This is a horse stance, like we're sitting on top of a horse. It can be all the way from being narrow to wider, and then also lower. So do what you can, kind of a little bit wider than your shoulders. And let your toes just point ever so slightly out. Cross your arms. Make a big circle. This time I'm going to bring my hands to my hips and then push forward. My hands will turn over at the end and make a W shape. So again, here we got my arms crossing all the way up to here. When my hips drop, my hands drop. When I go to straighten my arms, I'm going to straighten my legs and make that W shape. So look at it from the other direction. Each time we do these things, I add more and more to it. So now I'm reaching for my opposite foot. I'm dipping my chin and then raising my chin. Arms sink, hips sink. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, push your breath out. So I'm going to do 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I'm using just a minimal amount of tension to stretch, to hold my arms up, to sink down. If you can go wider, you go a little wider. But that's also going to allow me to go a little bit lower and then slower coming up. However slow you go down, you take the same speed to come up. So once again, now I'm going to relax, let my shoulders sink and reach for my opposite foot. Do that little shift back and forth. I'll feel my back, my neck. And then up, inhale, exhale. Look at how much lower I ended up going that time because my feet went wider. Inhale, last part, exhale. So that was number 1. Number 2, anybody remember? Hands straight, little roll so your thumbs are down. Inhale again as you open up your shoulders, your chest. You come in here, make a diamond or triangle shape. Push down and breathe out. So my arms come up, my legs straighten up. Here's a little flick. Inhale, exhale. In, out. In a lot of these hand positions, it's for increasing the blood flow, getting the energy moving all the way down to your fingertips. And then some of the shapes are just because it's a little bit easier to remember. There's a triangle. You come down and breathe out. So if I put the 2 together, I come back to here, make the big circle, and down. Push forward, and breathe out. Next one, thumbs down. It's like I'm opening up the big curtain in front. And breathe in again, and then out. So that's 1 and 2. Number 3 is to pick up a box. Like in that same spot, we lift it up, we get to our shoulders, a little flick with the thumbs down, and then push forward. Again, just enough tension to do the exercise. So let's do that last one again. I sink down with my back straight, pick up the box, lift it up straight, a little flick, and push out. So now we link all 3 of them together. Easy, right? No big deal. Just link them together, Jim, sure. So we got number 1, breathe in, out, in, out. So that's number 1. Number 2, inhale, exhale, in, out. Number 3, scoop up the box, lift up to your shoulders, push it away, and breathe out. Let's try the same thing again. So now my back is even more relaxed, more rounded. Then I straighten up, sink down. Inhale, exhale. Flick out, inhale, exhale, in, out. Scoop up, in, out, and push away. Now to finish the setup, I'm going to shift my weight to my right leg, slide in, make the big heart-shaped movement again. And as my arms straighten down, my legs straighten up. Do it again, same thing. And relax. So that way, if we had just been doing this type of an exercise where we're going up and down, the blood's being drawn to the hips, the knees, the ankles, we stand up right away, sometimes we get lightheaded because the blood is not here. It is in the lower part of the body where we put tension. So to do this, when I shift, the arm gesture along with the deep breath help bring oxygen back to your brain.